Hello everyone, welcome to another video of TT Passion. My name is Vincent and in this video I'm going to share with you how I glue the Golden Viscaria. Okay, so in this video I'm going to use the same setup that Fan Zhendong uses. So basically for the forehand is a DHS Hurricane 3, the national player version for Fan Zhendong, and the backhand will be a Butterfly Dignics05. So let's get into action right now. Let's go through some of the things to prepare for gluing a table tennis blade here. So in this video, I'm going to use the Golden Viscaria, the blade. I'm going to use the DHS number 15 VOC free glue. So of course, to apply the glue, you will need a sponge, okay, which is over here. And you will need a roller to roll the rubber onto the blade. And lastly, for my preference, I love to use the scissors to cut the rubber, because I can actually cut 1 to 2 mm excess. So if I ever want to reuse the rubber, I can actually still reuse it. Okay, so of course if you like to use a knife to cut it, it's purely up to you. In this video, I will be using a DHS 3 Blue Sponge National Player version, and this version I have here is the Fan Zhendong version over here. Okay. And I'm going to use the Butterfly Dignics05 for the backhand. Let's start off with applying the glue on the rubber for forehand. Okay, so I would usually apply for the rubber first, the glue onto the rubber first, because it takes slightly longer than the glue to dry on the wooden surface. Let's take a look at the weight of the blade before we actually start to glue, so that we can actually compare before and after. So this Golden Viscaria I have here is about 94 grams, okay, almost 94 grams. So let's take a look what is the total weight after we have finished gluing this rubber. Okay, so let's bring in the Hurricane 3 here. Okay, you will need to have the glue ready. Okay, so apply some of the glue onto the rubber. Okay, so brush the glue in one direction. Okay, this is to ensure the entire piece of rubber is well spread with the glue. Okay, so because this is boosted, it may not be so straightforward, because you have to try to follow the curl of the rubber here. When you boost a rubber, it's normal for the rubber to curl up. Okay, so let's turn to the other side so that I can get the glue well spread all over the rubber over here. Okay, make sure you get every corner of the rubber so that when you glue it onto the blade, it sticks well onto your blade nicely. Okay, so we are done with the glue layer on the rubber. Okay, so let's put the rubber aside first. While we wait for it to dry, we can actually apply the glue onto the Golden Viscaria. Okay, so Golden Viscaria forehand. Okay, so you are seeing it right. For Golden Viscaria, there isn't the Viscaria mark over here, so on the handle. At the back, you will see this emblem over here to show that this is the backhand and this is the forehand. Okay, so let's apply some of the glue onto the wooden surface of the blade. Same thing, make sure you spread the glue across all the surface over here. Okay, if there's excess, just use the sponge to remove it. Okay, over here as well. Okay, so we have applied the layer for the hurricane tree and the forehand surface of the golden Viscaria. Since I have some excess glue here, let's not waste it. I'm going to start applying onto my Dignics05 as well. Okay, so I think I need to add a little bit here. Just a little will do, and I can start spreading for my Dignics05. Okay, make sure you get every edge, every corner of the rubber again. Okay, this is really important because if you miss out anywhere of the rubber, you will have issue trying to get a good hit if the ball happens to strike where you didn't glue well. Okay, so now turn it over and then make sure I cover every part of the rubber over here. Okay, so we have now finished applying the glue onto the golden Viscaria and to the two rubber. Okay, so the hurricane tree and the golden Viscaria both is dry already, and what we are going to do next is of course going to stick this hurricane tree onto the golden Viscaria. So it's always recommended to use a roller, so it makes your life a lot easier. And in this case here, just let me move the Dignics05 further away so I have a more comfortable space and bring in the hurricane tree. Okay, so the hurricane tree is over here, is dry already. So how do you know if the glue is dry? Basically, when you apply the, for example in my case, the DHS number 15 VOC free glue, you will see that the glue is white in color. So once it's completely dry up, you will see that there's no more obvious sign of the glue, the white color. Okay, it should be gone and it will become transparent in color. So you will actually be able to see that the glue is fully dry. So now just let me get the hurricane tree in position. So it's because it's boosted, it's going to be quite tough to really glue it well. So you have to be very careful and do it slowly. Okay, be patient, that's the key. So what you need to do is try to straighten up the bottom part, the first part where you are going to apply the rubber onto the blade. Okay, so I'm trying to align to the center of the blade. Okay. Okay, so slowly and steady. Okay, so now I kind of know where I want to stick. Okay, just press the rubber slightly so that keep it in position, and your roller should start from the bottom, okay, where the hurricane tree logo is, and I'm going to start to roll it lightly, just a bit of pressure upwards, okay, and get the rubber in place. Okay, and because it's boosted, it's curling up, right? This time around you need to press again. Okay, we have to do it a few times so that the edges get stick to the blade. Okay, we probably need to roll again after we cut the rubber. Okay, because it's boosted, the rubber is trying to curl back up. So you probably need to roll it a few times just to ensure the rubber sticks really well onto the blade. Okay, so now I am going to cut the rubber. Okay, so if you are using a scissors, you need a really sharp one so that you can cut it nicely. Okay, I'm going to try to leave a 1 to 2 mm gap as I cut the rubber. So if I ever want to remove this and use it on another blade, I can still do that. Okay, so we have cut the rubber. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to roll the rubber again. Okay, because like what I said, it's boosted, so the edges of the rubber is still trying to curl its way up, but that's alright. If you boost the rubber, this is something you got to expect that it will happen. Okay. Okay, so we have finished applying for the forehand. We are going to start to apply for the backhand. Okay, so we have previously applied onto the Dignics, so we will just need to apply one layer for the backhand of the Golden Viscaria. Okay, so let's put another layer of glue over here. Okay, so the glue for the blade and Dignics05 are both dry already. So we will now apply the Dignics05 onto the Golden Viscaria. Okay, so let's position it. And here we go. Okay. So just roll over first time lightly. And then the second time we can start to apply a bit more pressure so that we make sure the glue sticks nicely onto the blade. Okay, so with that we are done with applying the rubbers onto the Golden Viscaria. Next we will take a look at the total weight for this blade now that we have already finished gluing. So let's take a look at the total weight. Alright. Okay, so the total weight of this setup after gluing the two rubbers is 100 and almost, I would say almost 198 grams. So that's considered quite heavy, and we will actually see how it fares in terms of gameplay. So I can't wait to test this blade and share with you my review of the Golden Viscaria again in future videos. So remember to hit like, share and subscribe so that you do not miss any of my new videos. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Once again, thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you again soon. Bye bye!